What's up, Mother Foxers? We are back out here with the DPH, and it's time to test fit the 93 Cobra brake booster. And there it is.
Alright, so we went ahead and test fitted this Cobra booster, but in these older cars, they don't fit. So, yeah. Kind of counterintuitive. These usually rust out. We're just making holes. So, yeah, gonna make it fit. So, I mean, usually people just take a sledgehammer and bash those in, but probably not the. I mean, it works, but it looks like shit. So, we decided to cut that out and weld an indent into it to make it halfway decent, you know, at least. But yeah, so if you're, I think in the 93 cars, those will fit right in there, obviously, because of the 93 Cobras, but older cars, yeah, those big old boosters do not fit in there, just so you know. I kind of figured that would be an issue, but now you'll see, he's going to put that in there right now. You'll see it goes right in there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man, you saw that right away. The kind of room you need to get it in there, but
yeah, unfortunately you gotta have all this room to get it in here too.
Yeah, here we are, just cutting holes in the car.
Alright, as you can see, yeah, cutting holes in the car. Well, things moved along rather quickly. It's all set now. So, we went a little bit further than that. Like I said, man, you can take a sledgehammer to that thing, but I really don't want it to look like crap. And well, let me just show you. All right, there you go. So my dad went ahead and made a piece of metal here, and as you can see, he welded up all the holes. This went faster than the other car. He learned from that experience, of course, using a piece of copper pipe there. You can buy a copper spoon, but he had a piece of copper pipe and just kind of made a spoon out of it. Right there, as you can see. And he did this in all about 2 hours. It took him a lot longer in black sunshine to do all this. And I know it looks like crap right now, guys, but I gotta do body work to this. It's my turn now. It's all up to me now to make this all look pretty. But well, when he did this, initially he was just gonna put a piece of metal on the back side of the strut tower and weld it in, and I kind of pointed out to him, I said, whoa, hang on a second. I said, when you put that brake booster in, it went in that hole, so you got to indent the metal that way. And when we thought about it, how are you gonna like indent metal? You got to shape it out. So the first thing I thought was, well, we got to buy a sandbag, because I've seen this. If you guys watch Iron Resurrection, it's one of my favorite shows on Motor Trend. Joe Martin is a freaking metal wizard, man. That guy can shape the shit out of metal. Those guys make some cool cars, even though they're a bunch of Chevys and LSs. But yeah, man, I went to Amazon and bought this. It was like $24 sandbag. So, and then he went to Harbor Freight. We bought a $10 nylon shaping hammer, which I don't know where it's at right now. I don't know what he did with it, but it's cheap. But it takes a lot to beat that into it, because it's not a very heavy hammer. And but he did it, and it's about as good as it's gonna get, you know, because like you see how kind of rough it is and stuff. You see them hammer marks and stuff, but there's nothing you can really do about that unless you have an English wheel, which we don't have, nor do we need one. So that's up to me to make it pretty. It's not like anybody's gonna see that anyway, but yeah, and he went ahead and we didn't go crazy on the holes or anything. Like over here, the battery's going to sit here, so you're not really going to see any of these holes. And I don't really care about this mess here, but he did go ahead and fill in these holes on this bump on the aprons there. So now it's up to me to go ahead and sand all this down and throw some body filler on there. Luckily, like I said before, we're not going to have to spend too much time doing that. And I've learned a lot from what I did to Black Sunshine about, you know, doing body work on the engine bay. One was this, because that thing had some major repairs. That car has some major repairs here that I just experimented with trying to cover up, which wasn't the smartest of ideas. And I knew I was playing with fire, like I said before, when I did that. And it came back to bite me when it cracked. And I just got rid of it all. And you can see the repair, and I just painted over it, and it's all good now. But fortunately, this one does. And I'm not gonna try to make this line disappear or anything. My objective is just to smooth this whole thing out. That's it. That's all it is. Just the major indentations that kind of look rough. I'm just gonna go ahead and just make sure it's nice and, you know, smooth as can be. And same thing with up here and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not gonna go take this too far. I mean, the other car, I even took body filler and brought it down here and went down here and then sanded the indentations, and I just went way too far. We covered this up and I made this all smooth and it's just something I don't need to do. My intention is just to completely and purely take the welding marks that you see here and just smooth them over. That's it. Right now I got to take all the paint off this to get the body filler to the bare metal. And so what you think? Think we did all right? I think it's a lot better than taking a sledgehammer and just beating the crap out of it. So all right, everybody, we are back. I'll show you my progress I got here, and we're about ready to put some old freaking filler on these things, but I'll turn it around here and show you what we got going on. All right, there we go. Some nice bare metal. Everything's filled and smoothed out better than it was. And I'll tell you guys, this thing is awesome. I love this thing. This thing, it strips paint off, and after you use the big grinder, this guy right here kind of fine-tunes everything, if that's a good way to describe it, and kind of gets the bumps out. On the other car, it was just using the big grinder, and it was kind of difficult to judge things. So, but got a lot of things smoothed out and whatnot. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and throw some filler on here. There are a couple of like pinholes on here, and I had my dad refill a couple of them, but then they keep showing up, so it's just really difficult to get these things out of here. And I thought he was using the gas wire, but he didn't want to waste any gas doing this, so he put in his flux core, and I don't want him to waste gas on this whore. So, you know, I don't need to do that for this. So I thought about going to get some, like, you know, in their little pinholes, like I said, it's not a big deal, but I thought about going to get some JB weld for metal and putting in those holes, but I don't know. I don't think the whore deserves it, does she? Let's ask her. Whore? Do you think you deserve these holes to be filled? What's that? Oh, you just want to be rode hard. Okay. That's what we'll do. So we're just going to send it. We're going to fill these little pinholes. You can't even see them, dude. I mean, there's no point in me trying to show you. So anyway, and the stuff that I use, guys, is this stuff here. This is some good stuff. This is not Bondo brand filler. This is 3M. This is like some of the best stuff you can get right here. And it's like, when I bought it a few years ago, it was like 40 bucks for this whole little gallon here. So that's what I use. That's what the guy at the body shop who's, well, it's like an auto parts store that's got a lot of paint and stuff in there. He told me this is probably the best stuff you can get. So that's what we're going to stick on there. Here we go, guys. Gonna go ahead and, if you don't know how to do this, I'll go over it real quick. Golf ball size of the filler to a pea size of hardener, and I'll just kind of take this and do that to it. I kind of go over the top of it with it. So, and I think that's more than enough. More hardener to use, or more hardener you use, the quicker it sets up. So that'll set up pretty decent, I think. I hope so. Should. I painted a car previously before any of this. I'll put it up here. I sold that car, and it's for sale now if anybody's interested. The girl, she just doesn't want it no more, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. So here we go, guys. Nothing scientific about this. We just slap it on. Everybody knows that. I love when I say that. So just gonna evenly spread this out the best I can here. And if you, thing is with this stuff, man, if you make some kind of mistake, you can sand it all off and do it again. The thing you don't want to do is not put enough hardener in it. Then you're messing with bubble gum, and that's no fun. So, but if you put too much hardener in it, then you got less time to work with it. Just so you know. Bondo, not Bondo, but body filler. Body filler, correct term to use. Chunks in here because of this board. Don't buy these things. This is called inexperience. When I bought this, I didn't know about the ones that you can buy with the sheets, that you just rip the sheets off and you got a whole fresh area to mix. Morning, everybody. He's gonna sit there and come help me sand. Lazy bastards. And just like that, it's almost done. I'm like doing this for a couple of minutes. And then my objective is just to smooth this out. I may have to put some spot putty in that hole. I'm not going to mix up a whole another batch of this stuff and just to fill these little holes here, but yeah. Some 80 grit, and we're almost there, man. Alright guys, there's about a half an hour of sanding just by hand, and I actually had to take it off the block to get around this here. It's not too bad, man. Now the problem with the other car, why it just was a freaking absolute nightmare, was I did way more than I'm doing right now. Right now I'm just doing these areas. That's it. That's all I'm doing on here. I did this whole thing. It was a freaking nightmare, and I'm not doing that. The other thing I made a mistake on that car was I was trying to smooth everything. So if you can't see it, right here is a dip like this. I was fighting that. I was fighting the dips in here. I was fighting the dips everywhere in that car to make it like smooth. I was fighting the high spots and making it smooth it over here instead of just following the line, the contours of it. This car, I'm just following the contours. If there's a dip, I don't care. If there's a bump, I don't care. It's gonna look smooth is the main thing. I mean, there's gonna be some high spots, but it's not gonna look, you know, like that, you know, or pits and stuff like this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna mix up anything. I'm just gonna use my Evercoat, you know, spot putty. This stuff is great, man, for things like that. But, and yeah, this is, look at that. This is half an hour. A lot of this stuff comes off, so don't be afraid to put some stuff on there if you've never done body work before. So it's just manual labor, man. You know, our time isn't precious, right? All right, there you go, man. We got this side done too, and we spot puttied it just like the other side back here. But in this side, I remember I put the regular Bondo up in there, the body filler, and I couldn't see what I was doing because I was outside the car, so I got way too much, so I basically took it all off. I just wanted to skim this and just kind of fill in some of the dips that are in there from the hammer marks and whatnot. But so I just kind of smeared this stuff all over there. Most of it's coming off, guys. It's just to fill in, a lot of those hammer marks and stuff. Nobody's really gonna see it, so. But I want to get it as smooth as possible for paint because too many bumps and stuff can promote like chipping and whatnot. But all right, y'all, we're done. Well, we're as far as we're gonna take this. This is farther than I anticipated. I said I don't really want a smooth engine bays, and for the most part, I'm right. I kind of went with a in-between compromise with getting rid of the holes in the strut tower and right here at this part of the apron and just letting everything else go. I mean, look, there's holes all the way up in here and stuff. I'm not too worried about that, but the stuff that's on the side here and on here and right here, I didn't want it. So we took care of it. I got this all filled in over here, and of course right here where the brake booster provision is gonna be. Now there's gonna be some body guys out there that are going, what was this guy doing? Why is he filling all these holes with spot putty? And for you guys out there, you body guys, I'm just going to tell you this. You're probably right. It's probably not a good idea. There is real body filler underneath all this, but and I'm telling you guys, I know on camera this looks really, really bumpy. And I just want to let you know it is. It's not flat by any means. We worked with what we had. It was a freaking sandbag and a hammer, so we don't have an English wheel, where we can flatten that out or anything. But actually, it's a lot better than what it was. Way better. I mean, it's pretty smooth actually, considering what I did there. But yeah, nobody's gonna see it anyways. But so thanks for watching live in my engine bay. Well, not live, but you get the point. I'm sitting here in my engine bay on a piece of foam that when you work in a foam factory, you get perks like that. So it's better than sitting on a damn a K-member here with your bare ass. But anyway, thanks for watching, man. Me, Sand, and Phil. Later.